class and welcome back to my class. This is third session of Geography chapter 2 Inside Our Earth. So students, today we are going to start with the last part of the chapter. But before going and understanding the last part, let's recall what we have studied in first two parts. In first part, we studied that the Earth, our homeland, is a dynamic planet. We studied about the interior of the Earth, where the Earth is just like an onion with an concentric layers with one inside the other. Then we studied about the three layers of the Earth, that is crust, mantle and core. Okay, so crust, mantle and core is again divided into outer core and inner core. Then we studied about the crust, types of crust, continental crust, oceanic crust, minerals that both the crust contains. Then we studied mantle, then the core. Okay students. Okay, in second part we studied about rocks and minerals, what is the crust made up of, and three different types of rocks: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rock. Then we studied in detail about igneous rocks, where igneous rocks are divided into extrusive igneous rocks and intrusive igneous rocks. Okay, then the second type was sedimentary rocks, then metamorphic rocks. Okay students, I hope you remember all this part what we have studied. Last one was the metamorphic rock. So in this part today we are going to study uses of rocks and rock cycle along with the minerals. So let's start. So uses of rocks. Now rocks are very useful to us for many purposes. Okay students, for example, hard rocks are used for making roads, houses and buildings. So granite, sandstone and marble are examples which are used as building materials. Okay, then also we studied in the sedimentary rocks that they contain the fossils. So the rocks are the storehouse of fossils also. You can get the fossils to see in the rocks. Okay, now these rocks are again the sources of many precious stones like gems, diamonds we get from the rock itself. Okay, then again you will see that small stones are used in many games such as Pittu, Kit Kat and Gitti. I hope you remember your game when you play all these things. Yes or no? And I'm sure that one of the game you must have played with this small stones. So the uses of stones like hard rocks are used for building houses and roads, where small stones like pebbles are used for games. Okay students, now let's start the next part, that is rock cycle. Now process of transformation of the rock from one type to another is known as rock cycle. Okay, now how does this change take place? One type of rock changes to another type under certain conditions in a cyclic manner. Cyclic manner means this process is continuous. Okay students, fine. So you'll be surprised to know that one type of rock changes to another type in certain condition. How? Let's get it clear with the help of this a small picture. Okay, now students, I need you to concentrate on this picture along with my explanation. So first of all, you have already learned when the molten magma cools, it solidifies to become an igneous rocks, which can also be called as an primary rock. These igneous rocks are broken down into small particles that are transported and deposited to form sedimentary rocks. So, see in the picture, the magma is coming out and the lava gets cooled down. Then it forms the igneous rocks. The same igneous rocks are broken into small pieces to form an sediments. This form the sediment rocks. What happened next? When the igneous and the sedimentary rocks are subjected to heat and pressure, they change into metamorphic rocks. This already we have studied in the second part, how the metamorphic rocks are formed. Okay, so when this sedimentary and igneous rocks are subject to with the pressure, when the pressure is increased on it, somewhere this what we can say changes into metamorphic rocks. And the metamorphic rock which are still under great heat and pressure melt down to form the molten magma. Means the once the sedimentary rock and igneous rocks are pressurized and form into metamorphic rock, that metamorphic rock is still under pressure, where due to excess heat and pressure it starts melting down and again comes to its first form, that is molten magma, from where all this process has been started. Now this molten magma again can be cooled down and solidified into igneous rocks. So this is how this entire process takes in a cyclic manner. Again that magma will come out, the lava will cool down, again it will form to igneous rocks, then again sediments, then sediments rocks, then metamorphic rock, again it will cool down, again it will be melt into molten magma. So this process is continuously going on. So that is the rock cycle. The process of transformation of the rock from one to another is known as rock cycle. Now students, let's see the last part of the chapter, minerals. We studied that the rocks are any natural mass of mineral matters that makes the earth's crust. Now what are these minerals exactly? Let's see. Minerals are naturally occurring substances which have certain physical properties and definite chemical composition. Students, you must have studied in science different types of minerals along with its physical properties and definite chemical composition. Here you can remember any one of it. Okay. Now, these minerals are very important to humankind. Means they are very useful to us. Let's see how. For example, coal, natural gas and petroleum are used as fuel in many industries. They are used as fuel, where iron, aluminium, gold, uranium are used in fertilizers and medicine industries. So that was the minerals which are very useful to us. So students, that was all about your chapter 2, inside our earth. I hope the entire chapter is clear to you. Okay students, so to clear your doubts, first you need to read the chapter, mark the important points. Okay students, so that was all about this session, and we will meet in the next session. Till then, stay home, be safe. Thank you students.